So what are these guys' names again? Morton and Winky? Oh, hi! Thanks for dropping by. George Lowe here, beloved TV's Uncle Space Ghost. And I had to give a special greeting to our pals Darren and Oscar, not Morton and Winky. And they got a thing they do called the fit. Look at the thing over my head. Boy, that's just bouncing right off of there. And now here, I'll turn a little so as not to inconvenience the folks. There's a little bit of folk art in the background here to entertain you. Darren and Oscar, gee whiz, thanks for drumming up old Uncle Space Ghost here, who's sitting around the house watching reruns of American Pickers. How many damn times can they go to the guy who put the bunny signs in every Longhorn in the country? The answer is a million. They're doing it again. So we've got the Faded podcast with Darren and Oscar, and they pick popular names too. See, because you got Oscar, like on The Odd Couple, and you got Darren like on Bewitched. So it's those aren't really their names. It is Morton and Winky, isn't it? Anyway, the boys want me to remind you, today's program is brought to you by the fine folks at Debbie's Big Smelly Crack Sidewalk Bleaching Service. Dirty minds. See, just because Daddy put an accidental beat after Debbie's Big Smelly Crack and Sidewalk Bleaching Service does not mean it should be taken in a dirty way. Also, a proud new sponsor on the Faded podcast. We want to welcome the fine folks today at William Shatner brand No More Klingons bath tissue. It's like 1,000 little sponges back there doing their job, trying to keep you tidy for the family, and that's right. And your appointment with the vicar on the weekend. So we also would like to salute the ladies in the audience at the Faded podcast with a new product, Dr. Leakey's brand Feminine Protection. Your canoe pickle stays dry or double your money back. And finally, Menudo Lube. That's right, the 10-minute car lube performed by former pop sensations Menudo. So there you go on the Faded podcast, ladies and gentlemen. And we will kick it back to the lovely Darren and the lovely Oscar. And gee whiz, I'm just loaded with things to do, so I won't ramble on another 30 seconds because it's so freaking lonesome. No, I'm fine. Everything's fine, really. So thank you, boys. And now, as they say in the business, on with the show. Ooh, we forgot a sponsor, didn't we? Boy, I hope they can work it in. The fine folks at Turkey Spankers, the poultry tenderizing service.
Hey, welcome back to Faded. My name is Oscar.
And I'm Oscar's friend that does the podcast with him.
Yeah. It's us. It's always been us. Nothing changed. But the channel where we started off as clones and now we have clones. We made it, guys. And nothing changed.
Yeah, we came up with the name first.
Yep.
Please get us to 100 subscribers so we can reserve the custom URL.
Yeah, just so it shows that we made it. And like, we're the big boys now. We're the Chads.
Well, not like we're rushing to get 100 subscribers. I mean, we're grateful.
Oh, of course, yeah. Of course, no rush. Like, we appreciate you guys just still sticking around, waiting on the next videos. The support has been insane. Like, the last episode was very engaging. And let us know if you want anything else in the future. So let's talk about pedophiles. In this case, the Ren And Stimpy reboot. Darren will explain more about this.
Well, recently, it's been announced that Comedy Central is going to be airing a Ren and Stimpy reboot produced by Nickelodeon, and from what I hear, it's gonna not involve John Kay in any way, and he's not going to get a cent from the reboot.
And he is the creator, right?
Yeah, he created the show.
To any millennials out there, Ren and Stimpy was on Nickelodeon in the 90s. Same year, the network debuted kid shows like Rugrats and Doug, Rocco, the classics.
Actually, Rocco was a couple years later.
Oh, okay. My bad. But, yeah, it was known for being dark and edgy, a lot of weird moments in the show, but it's been held as a classic and pioneered cartoons to this day, and was influenced by the golden age of cartoons like your Tom and Jerry or Mickey Mouse, Looney Tunes type of style.
And not to mention that John Kay, being a perfectionist, wanted it to not be like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
And also, yeah, like you said, it'll be a reboot. And there was also a short-lived adult party cartoon around 2000s.
Yeah, it was part of Spike TV's animation block, which included such shows as Gary the Rat and Stripperella. And adult party cartoon was clearly the most infamous one. It had like 6 episodes and was canceled after 3 of them aired.
Oh Jesus! So we didn't know like before recording where it's gonna be put on. Like I assumed it would be like a Netflix thing, like a Rocco and other stuff. But we saw it will be Comedy Central. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, but it's like no stranger to putting cartoons on that channel before.
Well,
is it like a fitting thing or?
It seems fitting in terms of it being a place where Comedy Central, where like Viacom in general, is airing other 90s reboots that have just been announced, like Beavis and Butthead, Daria, and Clone High.
Hell, it did birth South Park as well.
Yeah, except South Park is something that's originally been on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
I mean, Comedy Central was also the place that Futurama was rebooted on.
Yeah, it's kind of like that channel like helped save everyone else when that's being cancelled.
I think Comedy Central currently has the syndication rights to the Cleveland show.
Which no one watches. And also heard like HBO, maybe Comedy Central might bring back other reboots. We talked about Boondocks that will get a reboot, so that might go on to HBO or even Comedy Central.
I think that's going to go on to HBO Max.
Yeah. Which originally was on Adult Swim. And other sort of channels. But should we talk about like the whole backstory of the creator, like the departure, or did he just get kicked off, like the reasoning?
Well, I don't think we're going to go too in depth. There are other people that have already gone in depth, but I can give the basics. Being that his perfectionism and awful attitude did get him kicked off of Ren and Stimpy, with how the episodes were very late to air, and the stuff that he incorporated in the stories were crossing the line.
Like bad managing and bad mistreatment with employees.
Yes.
It's the Ellen Show. But yeah, he's a bit of a weirdo, and he moved on to try to do other projects as well. Like some didn't work too well.
Yeah, I mean, there's like that web series of the George Liquor Show, where it's the character of George Liquor from Ren and Stimpy, which John Kay kept the rights to because Nickelodeon didn't want a character with the last name Liquor.
That was genius, though. But damn,
I mean, I mean, it's actually interesting that he was able to get George Liquor episodes finished without changing the last name.
Yeah. I never really seen a lot of Ren and Stimpy stuff. Like, I may have seen episode or two, but that's normally like on late Nicktoons sort of stuff. I've mostly saw more of Rocco than I have with a Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think Rocco is a show that holds up better, anyways.
And that had a reboot as well on Netflix.
Well, it was a continuation.
Oh yeah, my bad.
But either way, it came back, and it was a show that was able to get the original creator back, because Joe Murray is someone who hasn't done anything wrong.
No, and that fit the modern society. Like, they try to modernize it in a good way. It's weird to see like how they'll do the same with Ren and Stimpy. Like, are they gonna make it super safe, or continue what the creator left off in this weird, disturbing type of way? Or
honestly, my theory is that it's probably going to have it's going to probably be around the same quality as maybe like seasons 3, 4, and 5 of the original show, where it's a show that John K has already shown a lot of his personality within the writing, where it's like no sane person can really recapture what made people like the show.
yeah.
Okay, season 3 was all right though. From what I remember on binge watching the DVDs.
Oh, let me just say this to anyone. That's not the only weird sort of cartoon back then. Like, 90s was kind of filled with that kind of disturbing vibe to it. Like, there was your cat dogs and some moments from Rugrats and Real Monsters, and later on Invader Sim was heavily shock. So, but Ren and Stimpy was the first one and kind of pioneered that sort of thing, for better or for worse.
Well, in some ways worse.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's one of them, oh, that show walked so the others can run sort of thing. Like, I'm sure they'll start it even without it. Like, even that was birthed by the golden age of animation. That was fucked up.
Well, I mean, considering that that was like just one of the first 3, and people bit more high praise for what came after, like SpongeBob, and Avatar: Last Airbender.
Oh yeah. Any last minute thoughts on it?
Well, honestly,
keep the creators far away from that show.
Honestly, I think the best thing I can say is that at least John K is not going to make any money off the show, and that his career is still basically zombie after canceled out labels.
You know the old saying, separate the art from the artist. They literally did that. They separated the artist's art.
Yeah, it's their art. They do what they want with it.
Yeah. They're like, no, it's ours now. You ain't getting shit.
Well, I mean, for everyone that is excited for this reboot, I hope you guys have fun. But personally, I do think there is a lot more stuff to be excited about in terms of stuff that's being rebooted for Comedy Central, like Beavis and Butthead. I definitely am more interested in that, to be honest.
In a way, they did birth the whole reviewing or criticizing thing, where it's just watching music videos and reacting to it. So that would be interesting what they'll do nowadays. And yeah, anyone interested in Ren and Stimpy, probably be good. I might be interested. Wasn't really something I been attached to, or it wasn't in my sort of area or time. But I wouldn't say it's gonna be a controversial type of show. We already know it. I don't know if they're gonna continue that or they're gonna keep it safe, but
No,
it'll be interesting to see what's gonna happen.
it's probably going to have better reception than Adult Party Cartoon,
Yeah.
which I don't really have an opinion on, and I'm probably never going to get an opinion because I have standards in terms of what I watch.
Yeah. Even though I do think it'll be way interesting if the creator did came back for the reboot, just for us to know what he does, to see what he's gonna do.
Well, I mean, it would be interesting to, in terms of how he would have be able to come back, because it is pretty impossible.
Yeah. Alright, shall we transition to the next one?
Okay, let's get to the fun topic.
I'm a virgin. Alright, album review, The Weeknd After Hours. So Abel, aka The Weeknd, he doesn't need an introduction really. He's one of the most popular R&B artists or even pop artists of the last decade. First artist to hold 3 top positions on the top Billboard R&B songs like Earned It, The Hills, and Can't Feel My Face. And The Hills went diamond, that was a massive hit. And we all know him for performing I Can't Feel My Face on the Kids' Choice Awards. And we know what that song is about. And he gets a W for it. And I think he won that too.
Well, congratulations to him.
And he also has been around. He appeared on a movie last year which was incredible called Uncut Gem with Adam Sandler, in which The Weeknd said that film kind of affected his album that we're going to talk about. Which, if you've seen the movie, you can kind of compare it what it's gonna be about.
I have not seen the movie, but this does give me the opportunity to judge the album on its own.
Yeah. You want me to give like a little plot rundown, no spoilers, just what the movie is?
Sure thing. I could use a recap.
Yeah. Basically, Uncut Gem, which you all should watch. Adam Sandler plays this sort of gambler, jewelry shop owner who always like bets and then owes people a lot of money. Even when he does give the money, he won't stop. He keeps betting, and it's like this addiction, and he's just been through hell and back. Like, he'll get his victory, then he'll get his failures. Like, his life is on the line all the time, and it's like this constant fear and anxiety. There's no take a break moments. It's like always rushing, and there's a lot of yelling and talking, and that's when Adam Sandler's moment shines with the accent that most people think, oh, it's too irritating and other stuff, but it kind of works in this sort of area. And
Well, it certainly doesn't sound like the typical Happy Madison plot. This is the plot of a real movie.
Like, when he does serious movies, he does it well. So The Weeknd appears just as The Weeknd himself, just yeah, that's basically it. But I wouldn't say like he was great because he was just being himself, but you'll probably know what I mean when you watch it. So yeah, in a way, so sorry, go on.
In terms of all the Adam Sandler movies in which celebrities cameo, The Weeknd is lucky to cameo in this Sandler film.
Yeah. And then he also appeared on American Dad, and gonna be on Robot Chicken soon. It's gonna be interesting.
Actually, the episode
it
already aired.
Oh, did I want to know what he did. Did you sing a bell?
Well, I'll probably find out at what The Weeknd's Robot Chicken appearance is like if I ever get the episode off iTunes or if Adult Swim unlocks it on their website.
Like, you can't have Weeknd without him singing. It's like having David Bowie and not have him sing on Atlantis Square Pantis. More SpongeBob references.
Oh.
Drinking games coming back. Alright, let's get back on topic. Like the first single was Heartless, like, and then later on we all know freaking Blinding Lights. Like, did you heard that song first and then get introduced to the album? Or you heard the album first?
Honestly, I heard the album first because I was living under a rock.
I mean, that's good. It kind of gives you like a different feeling towards it.
Honestly, I was surprised. It kind of has a calming tone.
It is,
like
yeah.
All songs have a calming tone. Just something you'd listen to when you're like relaxing.
Like a lot of spacey sort of moments to it, and then it would switch up to a lot of loud poppy stuff.
It didn't feel unnatural.
No, it just feels like it flowed perfectly to what he's talking about.
That's how you do good R&B.
Yeah. Like the first half was kind of like really different from the middle section, and then the last part was a completely different route. It's like this roller coaster of emotions, all from melancholy to traditional poppy sounds. I'm not sure what the reason was, but it was damn good. Like, you went from depressed, trying to get over someone, and then later on you're just surrounded by lights and it helps distract you.
It really shows in his music videos.
Yeah, and his music video is like the best part, and it kind of like helps shows what it's all about, or it's kind of like helps you think what's gonna happen. Like, he also has the music video Snow Child, which is heavily animated, and that was really good. Kind of shows his life, like, as we all know him as an artist, with his different phases, like his traditional pineapple haircut and his freshly trimmed one on Starboy. It's like all through these emotions. Kind of like showing him what he is, where he's at right now with this album.
And how he has developed on his journey to the album.
Yeah, because his albums know like, oh, I'm better now, I'm more clean and happy. Like, he's been through all of that, but we all know him as this sex god, drug-y type of addict with a beautiful angelic voice.
Well, it's good when people find light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, but I don't think it's over yet for him. It feels like this album's kind of showing that he's being crawled back into that lifestyle after all these relationships he tried but didn't work out. The way I see it is like this album is him being down in the dumps about breakups, and then the middle section is like, oh fuck it, I'm over her, like trying to convince himself that, and then later on he has his moments where he's kind of like, oh like I really miss her, but oh fuck that, I'm over her sort of mentality.
Yeah, it's really cool that it's not just a random compilation of songs, and the order of the songs tells a story.
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's what I love. Is like, it makes you think. It makes you have this idea like, oh, this is a concept sort of album, and the way it works and shows a story. At the same time, it's good for radio play. It's good for streaming. Music is great. It's like, even when you look deep in the lyrics, there's something going on.
This definitely needs more airplay.
Like, it came out around when Gambino came out, I think was March, and it still holds up. Like right now, Blinding Lights being nominated for Best Music Video at BET. Like, this album will like be remembered for a long time. But this is a very different one from what The Weeknd has put out. Like, at the same time, you get these influences from his old stuff. Like the song Heartless, it sounds like it came out of Starboy, which is kind of like, oh, I'm happy, I'm in love sort of thing, but deep down, oh, I need you the most. And Beauty Behind the Madness, his best album, like the most successful, kind of sneaks in as well, being this lovey-dovey thing. And then upon further listens, I felt more influence from way back, like his first few mixtapes, like House of Balloons, and then later on Kissland. Like, I think it still stands out for After Hours, but it shows his progression and where he is now. Like, starting off with the first song, Alone Again, like as you said, it's like a lot of moments where it's somber, spacey and dreary. It's like oh fuck love, I'm not going back to that. Fuck Selena Gomez, I don't care about her. And then we all know he's been through different kinds of love and relationships, one night stands, like it's very heartbroken. And then there's like lines in it about strip clubs, like he keeps paying strippers so they won't leave just to fill this void in his heart. Like, it's really deep.
He just feels like he needs a little love.
Yeah, it's like this obsession type of thing. Like, a lot of people can relate to that in a way, like dealing with heartbreak, or maybe not just relationships, but like friendships or losing a loved one.
Or just being at a low point in general.
Of course, yeah. And showing like him, showing where he is like nobody's perfect, even when you're at your peak, and he's the most successful R&B artist ever right now. Shows he's still going through stuff.
Success can be tough.
Yeah. And you got other spacey, lonely stuff too, like songs throughout, like Living in LA. And now it's kind of like him trying to escape from that. Like his relationship is fading away because of LA. And it gives you a bad memory of that place, and you don't want to go back. And he wants to go back to Toronto. Like, he doesn't want to go back to it. It's like something he wants to leave behind, but at the same time, you can't. Even Snow Child, that's a great song. He talks about it's kind of like braggadocious, but at the same time, it's the Weeknd. It's kind of like you expect that. It's like, it talks about, oh, I got a house in LA, never set foot on it, or I got a pool, but I never swam in it. It's like he had this glamour, had this lifestyle that he wants, but nowadays it's just fucking him up, and he wants to exit. He wants to escape that.
It just goes to show that that sometimes people don't really care too much for having a huge success. And they just want a career.
Yeah. Even his struggles, like, it came before the fame as well, but that's just like his fame was adding up onto that struggle. Like the line "walking in the snow before I make my wrist freeze." Like, he's been addicted to drugs, but then his career kind of like carried on that. Like snow being a reference to cocaine, and the wrist, like, famous, and he got jewelry on, like ice. Like, it's these crazy lines, man.
I mean, it definitely takes multiple listenings to fully comprehend it.
Yeah. Like, we've all been used to the, oh, ice on my wrist, look at me now, talk of music nowadays, but it gives you a better feel about it.
Well, it certainly holds up better than other artists who are making songs to brag about their success.
It's like, hey guys, save your money. You never know when you're gonna fall off. Save your money so money will save you. Don't spend all your money carelessly, or you won't have any of it left to pay your bills. Exactly. Like, do you really need a chain of a shark at the end of the day? should save that and do something with it.
I mean, why would you want to wear a nice chain when you can use the money to wear nice clothes in general?
Well, on topic of gives you a feeling of what's going on, this album has like a perspective on what's going on in his life, going through different stuff.
He clearly wrote from the heart.
And it's messed up, really. Like, the theme is like he blames himself for relationships. He's just being open about it. It's like being obsessed, and it really hurts him. He's heartless because he's back to his ways. But it felt like he's trying to convince himself that he is back to himself, like his playboy type of attitude. But he won't stop talking about his relationships and how upset he is about it. The song Fave, that's like the darkest one of all. It's bad, but at the same time it's like so grand and so beautiful. We'll get songs like I Choose Vegas if they offer Heaven's Gate, or if I OD, I want you to OD beside me, or I've been sober for a year now, it's time to go back to my old way. And basically, I'm so broken, I'm so depressed without you that I might die, and you're coming with me. He'll try to move on, but the darkness keeps following him, all these thoughts. Even if he changed and cleaned up, they crawl back into him.
This all really sounds scary. I mean, it's hard to imagine what it's truly like from his perspective.
It is, yeah. Do you like the theme of it? It's like this 80s pop sort of style to it.
Well, as I said, it sounds very relaxing.
Yeah, it's like sounds like it came from the past, the present, and the future at the same time. Like, it's perfect in different times. I always get like a sense of like, oh, this feels like a Scarface thing where he's on top, but we all know what happens to Scarface in the end.
He like gets shot or something.
Yeah. Well, like he, like at the success of his career, but stuff gets shut down. And it will be back to square one. Not to say Weeknd is gonna die or anything, but it's kind of like, no, hopefully not. Let's pray to God no, but
hopefully it'll be natural and a long time from now.
Yeah, because we keep losing young, talented artists nowadays. That's just crazy.
It happens so much that's that it's not even funny. I mean, it's not funny in general when a young artist dies. But if you like joke about how many young artists died, then no one's gonna like you.
No. Let's talk about like the best song, "Blinding Lights." Is that your favorite?
Yeah, definitely my favorite.
Really great. Like, love the love the climb up to it with him singing "I'm running out of time." It's like he's chasing to this world. It's like so elegant, like this escape from negative stuff around you. It's kind of like a comfort zone for him. It's like kind of feels like it's at Vegas or LA at night. It's like this distraction. It's like a place away where you don't need to feel nothing. But at the same time, it's you want to stay, but you know how much that place will fuck you up. Like, you shouldn't stay there forever. But I feel like a Weeknd overstayed it, and it should be something he should grown out of it. It's like it's a place of madness. Like, Hollywood is hell, really.
Yeah, it's definitely a good place to like visit over the weekend.
Yeah. He may have escaped his old persona, but his thoughts carried him all the way back there. And then he just feels like the way he sings, like this whole party thing, it doesn't feel like it's him again. It feels like he's like old and exhausted. Like it's no fun anymore, but he keeps going. He keeps doing it to numb the pain. It's like it's just all this lights and partying is just distracting him, and I'm blinded by the lights, guys. Like he's just so overwhelmed, like in his defeat. Like he tried everything, but he keeps coming back to his old ways. Like in the music video, it kind of like shows a bit of that, kind of like him dancing on the street like Joker. But you just see it's like just a normal ass city, but it's just the way he's something he's on that shows him that. Nowadays, it wouldn't be a place, it's just where you're at.
Yep, definitely.
I think that was the best part.
And he's clearly trying to have a good time and please everyone.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's mostly it. The ending felt abrupt with the song bleeding out, but it's kind of like a perfect way to end it. It's like it's not the ending, but it's just the beginning of something in his life, in a way.
Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens when the next album by him comes out.
Probably in the next 2 years or something, but
yeah, we'll just have to see what happens, what's going to happen in general in a post-quarantine world.
yeah.
When like everybody is going to go out and party.
It's gotta be blinded by the lights. The man is heartless. You have any other favorite songs?
So many.
Just whip out the list.
From.
Like the beginning was like laid back, and then it shows him singing, and it's so extraordinary. Like Scared to Live Again. Like the chorus stands out on that.
I definitely think Until I Bleed Out it was a good way to end the album.
It is, yeah. Hopefully he's doing okay. Hopefully he finds someone else better. I think that's all I have to say, really.
I mean, he's definitely definitely seems to have gotten a somewhat more mature, and hopefully won't go downhill in terms of his life.
We'll just see. You want to give a rating or nah?
No.
No, okay. I mean, I don't know. I say I just love it. Brilliant story, idea, concept. His singing was the best, like his best body of work. Timeless songs. Love the 80s feel to it. If he wants to continue that route, he'll do crazy things. There's a lot of, I really get a lot of similar feelings, like with Michael Jackson. It's like all too similar. I think like lyric wise, it shows like he could be the next king of pop or R&B, either him or Bruno Mars, really.
Well, maybe they could collab.
They could. Bruno Mars and Weeknd, of course. Like I never liked Bruno Mars, at first with his sad grenade songs, but like when he like experimented more to 80s disco type of stuff, oh, that's perfect. Mwah. You got 24 Karat Magic and Treasure, and hell, even Uptown Funk, even though that's been overplayed, it was pretty cool what he did.
His newer songs clearly feel more fun.
Yeah, more happy.
And I can see that happening with The Weeknd if he continues to go uphill and his songs could feel a bit more fun and could be about his life continuously going uphill and him being more happy.
Yeah. Shall we end it with your favorite songs? You normally just say the one and that's it.
Yeah, just like Blinding Lights.
That's it, yeah. For me, give me Hardest to Love, Scared to Live, Snow Child, Artless, Faith, Blinding Lights, and In Your Eyes. Mostly, most of the album, even the ones I didn't list, like I still listen to them. They're not skippable.
You gotta listen to something in its entirety.
Yeah.
In order to understand it.
Weeknd succeeded.
Thanks for that, Weeknd.
Yeah. Like Uncut Gem 2. But that won't happen.
Well, probably doesn't need to be an Uncut Gems 2, but there can probably be more collaborations with Adam Sandler and A24.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm not saying that Sandler needs to stop doing Happy Mass and stuff. I mean, he probably has fun doing those, and they're probably a job for him. But he also needs to know that there was something that worked with Uncut Gems, and he could try doing more A24 collaborations.
Yeah. Uncut Gem was like a nice breath of fresh air for him.
Makes you wonder why he doesn't do more films like that, considering the response.
Yeah, like positive reception. Well, Sandler said he doesn't get like I think he got nominated, but if he didn't win, he'll go back to shitty films. So I think that's the last time, but we got what we got.
Well, I mean, I think they're just going to be more shitty films regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at least self-aware.
Yeah,
of, and is able to joke about it.
Yeah. Like, how many more Hotel Transylvania films till we get tired of it?
Well, I mean, we'll just have to see.
Yeah. Go listen to After Hours, go watch Uncut Gem. That's it, yeah. And
also watch the Comedy Central reboots that are happening, and I guess you can watch the Ren and Stimpy one if you really want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, I probably won't watch it, but
we'll see what happens.
I guess I'm okay with other people watching it.
Yeah. Like we said, I don't know if it's gonna be controversial or just a thing that will happen.
Well, at least we know that it will probably be a safe work environment.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
This was fun, and luckily we seem to be getting these podcasts out monthly again.
Yeah, finally. Don't jinx it.
No, we're gonna get something out in September, hopefully.
Yeah. See you guys.
See you later.